Hello, and welcome back to our. This game is called Grand Tactician Civil War. I always sort of stumble over it whenever I do an intro. I'm always like, "Hey, welcome back to Rule the Waves." That's not the case. When we last left off, I believe we were just about to attack at St. Louis over here, a much smaller army than our own, with the Missouri State Guard. We do want to hang on to St. Louis if we can. That would be optimal, of course. We've also got this unit here, the Florida State Militia. Let's see, there is a town here. This is held by the Confederacy. There's one over here. This Confederacy, and then Union. So maybe we'll march up here instead of going to Lawrence as I planned to originally. Maybe we'll go up here and see if we can't put more pressure on Missouri as a state, essentially. Meanwhile, we've still got this problem, the Department of the West, which is 22,000 strong, facing off with our 16,000, eventually 19,000 strong army here. But it's going to be another week or so before we get up to strength there. We have no muskets or anything to assign. Oops. So I just wanted to even out the two divisions there a little bit by doing this. There we go. And we might be able to go over here and contest, but we have to be very cautious of two more, one very strong army, and then another sort of moderate army. Anyhow, let's jump into the battle and see what we can do here. Oh, I'm moving away. What the heck? Why? Why am I doing that? Apparently my morale is nervous. That's not great. It's really not great, actually. Anything happening here in the east while we're looking the other direction? Nope, not really. So they're giving us a little bit of a grace period. Why the heck are we nervous? Well, that's not fantastic, is it? Well, I guess well, I'm back up to stable now. I'm going to let them encamp there for a minute. Let them rest and recover for a few days. I really thought I was going to have a little battle there. Check out our projects. Anything new? We're still in the trade deal, but we're getting close to having Austrian weapons, and we're very far away from anything else, really. But I think when we get the chance, we are going to try to get the Austrian weapons. Let's go up to 50 times for a minute here. Just let our armies move around and recover. Let's see, we built farms in Fredericksburg. We recovered one of our wounded commanders. All right, we've taken Independence. And this thing here is 6,000 troops. So let's build a depot here. So we can operate out of the corner of Missouri. We're up to stable on the Missouri State Guard, but that's not nearly good enough to go into battle, really. All right, now they're marching on our Army of the Tennessee. We have 2 days until B Junior shows up. And looks like there's a couple of armies on the move here. Department of Ohio might be coming up here to contest us, or they might be coming up here to Independence. But looks like we're going to get a fight here at Knoxville, or Nashville. Knoxville's like over here, isn't it? Yeah. We're gonna put Army of Tennessee on defensive stance for now, I think. That didn't actually do anything, did it? It did. Okay. See where Department of the Ohio is going. We might not get a chance to finish that depot. Starry State Guard still stable, but not ready. Not ready for a fight. Once they get up to confident, I think we'll go. Okay, then we have. I wonder where Sharpsburg is. Sharpsburg should be over here somewhere. All right. Well, they're building a depot with this army that's 7,000 troops. Why don't we march in there and disrupt that with the Army of the Northwest? We have 9,000. What are we waiting on? Looks like some artillery. We have very bad weapons, however. All right, let me check my weapons stockpile. Nothing really good happening. Trying to get some reboard muskets. That would be an improvement over what we got. So maybe I'm a little bit afraid to march out right now. But maybe I'll move the Army of the Potomac up here to disrupt this here at what they're doing. Like if I can just disrupt the supply depot, that'll like buy us some time. So I will go there. And I can't really attack with the Missouri State Guard anymore. But we're going to see. We got an army coming down here. Army of the Ohio. It's only 6,000 troops only. And then we're so close to getting B Junior in here. And it's a green regiment, like it's a green brigade or whatever, with not very good weapons, but 3,000 troops or 3,000 troops. Right, why didn't my army march over here? It looks like they're supposed to, but they're just not doing it. Maybe because it's like 3 a.m. Okay, it looks like this is going to be our main encounter for this episode, probably. Okay, Department of the Ohio is moving out of there. That's actually really nice. And they got another army, Army of the Tennessee up there. How are we looking? We're up to full strength. All right, and they're building. I don't know what they're. Oh, ironworks. I'd like to recapture that if possible. And then this army here is still stable. All right, here we go. Oh, geez. We just took a big hit over here, I think at the bay of the Chesapeake. Yep, we got kind of smacked there. Hopefully we can retreat out of there. We're never going to be able to compete with the Federal Navy. All right, here we go. All right, let's do this. Fight. We'll see how this goes. We are on the defensive. And we have 19,000 troops, so they outnumber us technically, but not, by very much, especially when you consider the fact that they're attacking us. So the goal here is to find a choke point that's like on their march route to us. Build some parapets, build some breastworks, and just try to break whatever divisions they push forward and force their retreating units to fall back through their attacking units, and that might sort of domino effect their morale situation. Okie dokie. The enemy's green and they're confident, but then again, so are we. All right, so we're holding down here. We're holding Murfreesboro, Murfreesboro, and they're probably coming from. Yeah, they're coming from this way. So that's likely this road here. Now the question is, do we try to hold forward here on this river where it's impassable, like on this bridge? That might be it. That might be the play. And then there's a ford over here or a bridge over here. And I don't know. I don't know how to recognize fords in this game. There's one. Well, several bridges, I guess. All right, let's get our units pulled up here. Army of the Tennessee, spread them out in their proper fighting formation. And I think I will try to hold the river. So they're either going to come down this main road straight at us, or they're going to split off and try to come down these other bridges. So we need to be ready for both. But for now, we can set up like so. Although, there we go, that's a little bit better. We've got Johnson's division. What kind of weapons do we have? Mixed muskets. I think our whole army is mixed muskets. Yeah, so this is going to be nasty, nasty point blank fighting. 8,000, 11,000. Let's probably put them over here. This is where we think they're coming down the main road. And then we'll deploy like this. We'll grab this unit like this, and like this. And we have some parapet. We have some engineering points, as they call them, I guess. So we'll have natural cover in this forest. So we want okay. How far do our weapons shoot? Essentially, about that far, so we can catch them as they come off the bridge. So that's about where we need to build those. So like right here, and we'll probably want some over here. Like that, because they're going to outrange us. Like they can sit on the other side of the river and just shoot at us. So we're going to like position behind our parapets until they can get closer, and then we push forward and occupy. And we'll just build breastworks over here because I'm not sure if they're going to come down this road. I want to save my parapet, like my good defensive stuff, for right here, I think. Okay. And then I don't even know where we could put one more. I guess over here. And we'll just place it like so. As they get off the bridge, they'll be running into partially fortified soldiers. So this is our brand new brigade. This is B Junior. And this one here has been in some action, so we'll put them right there. We'll put Lawton's brigade here in the woods. And we'll keep this one as Tennessee State Militia as a reserve. And we'll keep this as a reserve until we see what the enemy's up to. Meanwhile, we've managed to block ourselves from any good shots here. Where the heck can we deploy? That looks okay. That's actually kind of nice. Some enfilading fire there. We do want to be within reasonable command range of our troops. All right, let's go. See what we got. Go up to 20x. Oh, right. Start building breastworks. I'm gonna build them a little bit back. And then he's going to also build breastworks if we can in the woods here. I don't know if we'll be able to. Looks like it's possible. So if we just keep everything we can behind some cover, that would be pretty swell. Reduce the amount of damage we take. So we do need to. I mean, we don't need to, but it'd be fantastic if we could inflict more than we take here. We've got some cavalry out front. And then are these breastworks finished? I can't. They're still working on them. Okay. We'll occupy. We'll occupy. And occupy. And then we'll go forward like this. Well, it looks like they're coming down the main road. We'll still have to keep stuff on the flank there just in case. Uh-oh. That's a bad sign. All right, let's get the Tennessee State Militia over here. Yeah, we don't want them to go around us. Yep, they're going around. Okay, that's not good. That's very bad, in fact. So we're going to march Johnson's division over here to occupy these positions. I'm going to grab the Tennessee State Militia and make sure it gets over here. It's going to be very alone for a while. Let's get the artillery over here. This is very bad. In fact, let's start marching Hindman's division over here right now. We'll send the commander over there too. I want to get these guys into position quick, so we're going to issue orders and where the heck is our double time? All right, yeah, we're gonna run them into position. Hopefully, by the time, oh, perfect! Look at that, just in time. Okay. Now for the rest of these, let's grab some fortifications, like so. And it looks like we built just in the right spot because they're not shooting us right now. And then this is Hindman's division, we're going to double time. And look at that, they're still pushing down the main road, so they are hitting us on both sides. Let's get immediately into position here. And then we're getting pushed like hard immediately right here. How are we doing? Are we taking 17 losses, 1 and 1? Okay. It's not terrible. We've killed off 60 cavalry. I wonder, should we charge their cavalry to try to break it? Let's do it. Let's give it a try. Okay, that didn't work, so never mind. Let's leave it alone. Okay, Pemberton's division. That's the artillery. We have Lawton's brigade here. We desperately need to get these troops into position. Double time. Nice. Nice, we're breaking them. Okay. How are we doing on overall losses? About 3 to 1 so far. Let's get the division commander up. And we've got artillery right across the water there. Can we get close enough to put a shot into him at least? No. So we're going to fall back. We've got some fighting over here happening. But we're behind parapets, so we should be okay. Okay, looking good. Uh-oh. What's happening there? Okay, well that's not fantastic. All right, I'm going to put this brigade behind the parapet. And I'm going to move this brigade here, the Tennessee State Militia. I'm going to move them back to my right flank because they are part of that division. They're part of this division, so I'm going to march them over to rejoin. I'm going to move up like so. Occupy here. I'm going to pull back a little bit. We've got good ground on the right, as Buford would say. Tennessee State Militia, you have my permission to get the heck out of there. All right, let's make sure we're getting our shots in here. And I'm going to move my commander right here. I'm going to turn on rally. These guys only have yellow cover instead of green. Okay, we're doing okay there. This right flank feels really secure. This is the Tennessee State Militia. These guys are nervous because they had to turn their back to march away. We're still doing okay. Not getting flanked anywhere else. Uh-oh. No, no, don't do that. Don't. Why? Why? Excellent. Look at that. We may end up charging these guys to... well, maybe not. If we had any kind of cavalry, we'd be doing okay. Let's charge. And look at that, we've... oh, I don't know how we did there, but maybe we did good. The enemy has lost 3rd Brigade. 2nd Brigade, they've lost 300 and some. I don't know why my guys kept pushing out of there, but... yeah, I'm just gonna get shot over here. Like they've got muskets, they got Springfields or something that I can't counter. So then this will be over in just a minute. So I'm gonna let it... oh, they're pushing forward again. Don't mind if we do. Yes, please. Okay. Well, we inflicted 3-1 casualties there. I think on the right, we managed to get 11 of their guns. Excellent. So Nashville is secure for the time being. Minor victory, but a victory is a victory. That'll help our morale in general. Yep. Well, it hurts the enemy morale. Doesn't really hurt us, I guess. Doesn't really help us. It just hurts them. So B Junior has fallen into disgrace. Don't know why. But we will need to replace him because this army is just hanging on by its fingernails right now as far as the weaponry goes and the advantage in troops. So we've captured 1,500 rifles and 6 guns. We took like almost 600 prisoners. All right, let's check out the army. Well, they're probably... actually, I can work with them. So let's look at B Junior here. You know what? I'm going to leave him in there for now. He doesn't have that debuff that says he's like disgraced yet or broken or anything. So we'll just leave him there. And then we are marching on whatever this is up here. What was that? Cumberland. That might be Sharpsburg, actually. Okay. So let's save the game real quick. And I want to look at my finances in case I click on something and ruin myself. So there's actually not anything in here to click on. Not that much, at least. What about projects? Is there anything we can... nope, nothing yet. And then we still have 7 days until we have military 1. That might let us start creating or building some rifles of our own. And then we're going to go to Militia Act because we are like... we are running low on troops. We're at stable. Okay. Looks like this Army of the Ohio is coming down to reinforce here. But maybe we want to push the Department of the West out of here? I'm a little bit unstable with a couple of my brigades, I think, so I'm going to give them like a day or 2 to recover. Look at these guys. Yeah, please do charge into me. Don't mind. Okay, see, there he is, right there. Hit them. I don't know what. Oh, the New Orleans squadron engaged. That's kind of funny. The Army of the Potomac is withdrawing. That's this one here, the enemy Army of the Potomac. So we're going to go into I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to raid this or just like occupy it and force them to come take it off of me. But I'm gonna just move up just a little bit. Oops. The Union calls for volunteers. Well, that means they're gonna have even more uh, of an advantage over us. Army of the West. They're at 11,000. We're at 22. You know, even with stable morale, let's go. Let's push up. And then this supply depot is almost done. It's almost finished. And we've built a depot. Yep, that's the one. So that's finished. So for some reason, we're still suffering attrition here. Don't know why. We're clearly out of range of any sort of resupply, it looks like. So we're out of forage. We're low on provisions. Let's go back down here to Carthage and resupply there. And then we're attacking. What is this? Oh, this isn't Nashville. Here they come. Yeah, this is this. Yeah, let's do it. 8,000 versus our 19. This is a chance to inflict some pretty good damage, even though we're still using the poopy old mixed muskets. But how great would it be if we could replace those with even just like Springfield muskets and not even like rifles? Just anything we can get at this point. Um, I don't I don't imagine they're going to be too eager to attack into us. But we'll see. We will see. They're determined. They're green and determined. So, we learned a lesson from last time. What we need to do is we need a parapet at every bridge, essentially. That's a little bit too close. Parapet, like this, I think. It's a little bit too close. Parapet, like this. That looks like it's almost exactly the same, but it will do. And then we'll build another one here, just like so. Then this one here, we'll just reinforce with breastworks. And that uses up all of our engineering points, essentially. Now, let's grab our army. Army of the Tennessee. Put them in a fighting formation. And let's see, let's take our artillery off to the left again. Or actually, we're going to keep it on the right this time. There we go. We're just going to keep it there. I think we can hold the left. I think we can just hold it. So this is Johnston's division. How are these fellas doing? This is the Tennessee State Militia. So these were the ones that were holding my right last time. So now they're going to hold the left. And then these fellas here were holding my left, so now they'll hold the right. So we'll put Lawton in the woods. In the parapet, we'll put Where's B Junior at? There he is. He's the one that broke last time. So I'm going to hold him back. I'm going to put this brigade in, and I'm going to keep B right here, like so. He'll be ready to reinforce. And I'm going to put this over here to start building some breastworks. And then I want to put my commander somewhere in between. He'll be on this hill, I guess, right here, overlooking the forest and not able to see anything. Perfect. All right. Oh, I should have looked at the enemy this time. That's no good. So they might not be coming from the left at all. So for now, I'm going to put my bigger, more experienced brigade here in the parapet. I want to back them up with the other bigger brigade. Like, actually, I'm going to have them build a breastworks. Like that. I'm going to bring over these two smaller brigades to occupy the parapets. Like that. This brigade here can build a breastwork. And then we'll do a breastworks. And one more set. But we're going to do this one at an angle, just in case they cross at that ford there. And I think I'm going to shift the commander a little bit more to the right. And B Junior, he's going to come lurk over here and be ready to get some flank shots in. I got to build his command back up. I have to build their morale and all that up. Here they come. Hopefully I'll get these breastworks finished by the time the enemy gets here. We're working on it. Yep, I had a feeling they were going to do that. Okay, so they're coming over the ford. So let's get this brigade into position here at the parapet. We'll leave that one. Let's move Greg's brigade over here to reinforce. And he's just going to kind of lurk in between everybody. He's going to cross over, and there we go. Looks like we did get the breastwork finished. And then these guys are just like hanging out in the wind. So we're going to move them into the forest, so I'll get some cover there. B's brigade is going to go like this into the forest. And it looks like they're all crossing at the ford here. So let's start getting some troops on the move here. Get the artillery chugging along. And we'll get Anderson's brigade sort of here on the left flank a little bit. What are they doing? Sending out skirmishers. So they're playing a little bit defensively, which I guess kind of makes sense. All right, we're going to maneuver like this. We're going to maneuver the whole division over. And then Greg's brigade can take over the parapet. Whoa, 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 whoa. Halt. Fall back. And then follow like a proper path, like a someone who's not stupid. Tennessee State Militia will be on the right in the woods. How's my artillery look? They don't really have eyes on much. So we're gonna try pushing them forward here a little bit more like this. And then we're gonna get Buckner's brigade on the way over here, along with the division commander. No, well, that's a bummer. They retreated in the night. It's a minor victory. I would have liked a chance to like a few more hours to get that division on the right moving, kind of get on their flank and start rolling them up a bit. But for a green army, yeah, it's my artillery division, artillery division commander. But for an army that's green and kind of outnumbered down here with bad weapons, just holding out is probably pretty good. We captured one rifle. That one rifle is a M16. We're going to duplicate it and make a few 100,000 more of them. And we've got an army over here, Southwest Missouri. We're unstoppable. Wow, okay. Sure. And we're still not resupplying here. Why aren't we moving? Okay, that looks a little bit better. And then we've issued some bonds, it looks like. Yep. So that's another hit to our credit rating. And then we're marching up here on St. Louis. That'll have to be, we're 40 minutes in. That'll have to be next episode. Yeah, that'll be next time. Meanwhile, we're losing like the war at sea. But really, I mean, there's nothing we can do about that. We've built up some Navy tonnage. We filled in the gap, I think, a little bit. Fleets. Well, not really. We're still working on all this stuff we started construction on. It's going to be a little while. All right, well, yep, that'll be it, I think. We're going to go ahead and call it here. I appreciate you for hanging out with me. If you like the thing, let me know. If you like what I'm doing, if you don't like me, like what I'm doing here, let me know why. Maybe I can fix it, make you more likely to want to watch. But in the meantime, I'll see you next time.